Keynote by Professor Hedi Khairi.
Thanks for invitation, and I want to thank Mr. Ministry, Joe Etienne. What about smartphone in surgery, reality or gadget? A focus in developing countries. So, more than 65% of the world population have no access to safe and affordable surgery, and 94% of population low and middle income countries have no access to safe and affordable surgery. More than 60% of surgical procedures for only 15% of world population. Can endoscopy surgery be one of the solutions? The adoption of laparoscopy is minimal and limited in developing countries. The rate of laparoscopy surgery is low, less than 10% for gynecological indications. The complexity of procedures varies between countries. According to this clinical study of ectopic pregnancy in Nepal, only 3% were treated with laparoscopy. So, what are the barriers to the adoption of mice in developing countries? Economic, lack of expertise or training, socio-cultural, and political. The economic aspect is particularly significant with lack of resources, equipment, medical supplies, maintenance, and training. Endoscopy surgery requires specific training, but only 3% of surgeons have optimal training. So the situation is raising number of surgical residents, low number of tutors, lack of equipment, and lack of financial support. In addition to these problems, there are social and political obstacles, mainly bad governance. So what are the solutions to boost the use of minimal invasive surgery? Current surgical techniques and equipment are designed mainly to be used in developed countries in conformity with their economic and human resources. We shouldn't copy the same surgical strategy. Instead, you should adapt, innovate surgery for human and economic conditions using simple techniques, less expensive, yes, but safe. In this context, the smartphone emerges as a powerful ally. More than 10 billion of population in the world have a connection. And the smartphone have various sensors, internal sensors for movement, for pressure, and wireless connection like handheld ultrasound. The smartphone turns into technology center. So the smartphone can use it in different stages of surgery, including pre-operative, intraoperative, post-operative, and surgical training. In pre-operative, smartphone can contribute to diagnosis. For example, HEMA app that uses the flash to measure hemoglobin. In post-operative stage, to monitor patient remotely. Additionally, smartphones can assist in quantifying blood loss during the surgical procedures using smartphone camera. So conventional endoscopy vision system evolves into smart endoscope. And the smart endoscope experience was developed in our Department of Gynecology of SUS Tunisia, and it was the subject of publication. The smart endoscope consists of 5 key parts: light source, endoscopy, adapter, smartphone, and screen. The aim is not to replace the conventional system, but to facilitate access to endoscopic surgery. Its benefits are mobility, high-quality image, procedures can be recorded, and cost 25 times cheaper than conventional system. Many states highlight the growing adoption of smartphone in surgical training or laparoscopic training model with using a smartphone, flexible endoscope with USB connectivity, digital interactive surgical application, touch surgery. And the telemonitoring allows an experienced surgeon located remotely to provide real-time coaching to a second surgeon. In conclusion, surgeons have to adapt their equipment in conformity with the local economic and human resources. The aim is not just to do it cheaper, but to do it differently. And the much-vaunted digital health is becoming a reality in developed countries and necessity in developing countries. Thank you very much.